You're not like them at all.
Hmm? Who am I then?
You're like us.
The Walking Dead. Previously on The Walking Dead. It's a good show. Man, I've been watching The Walking Dead since Netflix days. since it came out, since get DVDs in the mail. And there's some good shows back then. The Walking Dead, Lost, Grey's Anatomy. Probably weren't shows I would have watched today, but I guess when you're still in school and stuff, it's a little different, but kind of just would watch whatever. But this is the only show from back then that really stuck around that I still watch to this day. I was just watching some earlier. I mean, everyone says like, oh, they stopped watching around like the prison part. You know, the guy with the governor dude with the eye patch, Negan. Everyone stopped around that point, which is understandable, because it did start to kind of go a little downhill from there. But I think when you come back to it and give it another chance, and because there's a part of you that just doesn't want it to end, you want to watch more and you want it to continue, and to like, the exact thought I had earlier was like, man, especially watching some of the OG stuff, which isn't as available today as it used to be. Now it's all just all the spin-offs and stuff, but God, dude, memories, holy nostalgia. Just seeing everyone's faces, all these old characters, the OGs, man. And it's not even so much like, oh, life was different back then, or it was better, or this or that. It's kind of a, not the greatest way to look at things like that, but more like, just like, hey, I was there, and I remember this, and it was so good, and I'm not trying to use it to reflect on my own stuff, but more, it's part of it, sure, but God, it's just so good. I can't believe what this show is. Like, it's just a masterpiece. It's like the Star Wars of zombies, or it's just so goddamn good. I hate it. I hate how good it is, because it just bugs me. Like, you get that AMC filter, that noise, that background noise, the bugs, dude, at night, chilling, the sound of the crackling of the fire, the people talking. It's just so comforting and soothing, relaxing, cozy. Comfy. It's so chill, and the vibe, and they do such a good job at like, hey, we're gonna chat and just hang out and talk and sleep and get to know each other and bond, and friendships and relationships, just life, slices of life. And pacing it with the action and the zombies and the killing and the shooting, and honestly, I don't even really care much for the zombies. It's the people, the characters, that it's so satisfying. Like, it's just something, it's addicting. It really is an addiction. This is why I come back to the show, because it's like, how can you just leave it there? Like, I grew up watching sequels, and I love sequels and trilogies, and everyone's always about the first movie, the first game, the first show, the first season, the first episode. It's like, dude, if that was so good, wouldn't you want more of that? regardless of what the outcome was actually really like. I mean, the thing is, you can't expect too much, because once you start expecting too much, that's exactly what's going to happen. Is you're expecting too much, and then you just end up hating every single thing else that they do. And it's like, dude, the thing with this series in particular is it's crafted so well that it can continue. It can still be good. There's always more to offer. I mean, I'll give it the fact that they're just rehashing, oh, another character, another place, another, zombie fight. But it's so good to where they're able to get away doing that. It's just keep pumping that same exact product out. That's the whole point. That's how things work. It doesn't matter if it's tangible physical products or content or anything, movies, music, shows. I always want more of it. I don't care if I like it enough. I don't care what they give me, dude. I'm happy. So the things I love, I'm loyal to, and it makes me happy, and it kind of mellows me out, and I start depending on it, like literally growing like a dependency. So yeah, maybe these kind of things do more for me than most people. I don't know. Because I look at the things that I like that people made, not just for me but for the world, as in a like very spiritual, natural, organic way, to where I can connect with it, and it helps me. It's not even just like, oh, this is cool, but it's more than that. It goes deeper and more in depth. And that's something that's worth your time and everything. So I find it really sad when I hear that, like, dude, stop what you're doing, go back and keep watching more of it. There's so much of it. Finish it. Binge that shit. It's worth it. So I look at it no differently than an anime I like, or a game series, or just anything. There is no one bad thing. I like all the Star Wars, I like all the Harry Potter, I like all the Lord of the Rings. Like, just as an example, there's not one bad thing in it. That just doesn't make sense, because if it's so good as people claim it to be, they don't stand by that, and they're flaky, and they're picky and choosy, and it's like, dude, those are just details, man. If you're a real fan of something, and that's not to glorify things being bad, because things can be bad, but nothing's perfect. That's the core of it. Is, I don't know, I shouldn't have to explain all this, because like I've done it so many times, and I've had to defend, I like Ada's voice actor in RE4 Remake. I like Resident Evil 6. I like fucking, people they don't have an opinion of their own. They just go off of what every single other person says. It really dampens my belief in humanity, but because when I was rewatching some of this literally earlier, you get all these flashbacks of, like, not only of what they're showing, but just through your mind as well. And I was watching a certain thing, and I was like, dude, where's Rick and Michonne? And they literally, like, I don't remember that I don't remember anything. I just sort of watched in the background for the last few hours or something, but like, I wasn't paying attention to every episode. It was like, Um, it's like random episodes. But I was like, where's Rick and Michonne? And they literally showed up like a minute later. Like when I actually sat down and tried to watch some of it finally, it's like, I don't know, it's a sign. It's like when you and something are connected and on the same level, the same wavelength, and see, that's special to me. I'll never give up on the things. I don't care if it's people. That's a little different, but yeah. And all the not only the OG series, but the spin-offs for, it'll never, here's the thing, these newer episodes, newer shows, it'll never replace, it's not about replacing. You can still go back and play that first game, you can still go back and watch that first movie anytime you want, watch that first episode, that's not going away. It's immortalized, but when you have more of something, it's no different than life or a person or a baby, dude. Seeing them grow and evolve and adapt and turn into this whole other thing, and it's beautiful. It's just time. I like seeing shows go on. I like seeing them not die out. I like seeing them continue and not get canceled and not go out of business. And companies, same thing. I like seeing things, consistency, and whether it's done perfectly every single time or not isn't the point. It's the fact that, you know, there's people out there aside from me, the viewer and the consumer, who are trying to keep these things going, who love the same things as you and who are potentially friends, and that's what connects us all together. And that's a big part of the show too, is the coming together and being something more than just yourself. And I can relate to that wanting, that need, that something you feel like you can just kind of grasp, but it's right out of your reach. That's why the show is as good as it is, because it connects complete strangers to each other. It's about finding peace and tranquility, and like, I realize people get older, time changes, things happen, things get busy, but I mean, to me that just sounds like an excuse, because, you know, when everyone's got their kind of like selective things that, you know, hey, if they're not watching The Walking Dead, hopefully they're doing something else cool. I don't know. But it's kind of a shame though, because I realize this is just one franchise, it's one series, it's not like this is the only thing we have. It's not the one show on the planet. But it should be treated and respected as for exactly what it is. And thankfully, you know, with all the haters, there are the fans who really make up for that. Thankfully. But I even like all the other stuff. I wasn't crazy about Fear the Walking Dead, but it was still The Walking Dead. Okay? It was still good. You still get the zombies, you get the special effects, you get the vibe, you get everything's still there, just different people, which is, you know. But hey, it's good to see something different. It's good to see that they're trying other things and variety and experimentation, and it's not supposed to be a bad thing. You know, do you want just the same thing every time? If that's the case, and just watch or play the same thing again. It's literally that simple. But that's not really the point. That's not the answer. It's good to embrace these other things too. give it a chance, like a real actual chance. You may end up actually liking it. The thing with me is, even if I'm intimidated or scared by like a certain thing, I'm probably only activating that defense mechanism because I'll probably actually end up really liking it. But it's kind of scary, like, you know, letting new things in and like, should I be worried about this? But it's really fine, like, it's not gonna hurt, it's just a show. I think games can be looked at a little differently because that's more of an interactive type thing, but yeah, I also watched Dead City. Is that what it's called? Daryl Dixon, obviously. The Ones Who Live. Tales of the Walking Dead. And those are just the shows. I played like a half of Walking Dead Destinies. Played the Walking Dead Bridge Maker game for like an hour or two. Played all the Walking Dead Telltale series except for the last season. I didn't finish that. There's even like this weird like escapist thing that has like a Walking Dead thing to it. I don't know. But either way, there's when you between the games and the shows, there's a lot to pick from. That's what makes it so nice, is that you have so much to choose from. You can be like, hey, you know what? I want to watch the newer stuff. I want to go back to the older stuff. You pretty much have access to everything. In a way. Hell, I even like the making stuff, the bonus features and the interviews and the Comic-Con stuff, and you know, with the bonus features, it's kind of like, yeah, more zombie, yeah. Once you've seen it, you've kind of seen it all, like, yeah, Greg Nicotero, and the thing with The Walking Dead, there's not much to it, like, it's just kind of people yapping and zombies. But that's what makes it so good, is that it's really one of those more is less things. Less is more. You only need so much. It's not like other things where they try to really fill everything out. Which is good. It's a good thing to do. The only downside to The Walking Dead is it is slow. You gotta have patience for it, and it can be kind of boring. I won't lie. But the thing is, it's gotta be, I don't know, this show is so good, whether, you know, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, morning, afternoon, night, doesn't matter what mood you're in, how tired you are, how much energy you have or don't have. It's just that perfect show to have on in the background, or to actually watch, or to sleep to, because there's always someone talking. They really keep it going. There's always, or, you know, you got dialogue, and there's some fight scenes to cut that up, some music here and there. It's just perfect. The episodes are long, there's so much of it, so it's a really nice thing to just kind of have. Like, just having access to The Walking Dead at all is, it's like a blessing. And it's weird because I don't look at it the same as like, oh, I have access to all these different shows and movies, and or horror movies only, or I'd put it right next to having anime. I love having anime. It's something that just knowing that any given second I can watch something that'll just take me away and be my escape. But it's weird because for the last like few years or so, I've been looking at The Walking Dead the exact same way. Like every time I get it and have it around, it's just perfect. It's this like really inescapable feeling of like it's something that you call home, or it just gives you this certain sensation. It's I don't know what it is. It's almost something you can't really describe because it's like this overwhelming kind of thing. But I don't know, it's like the perfect show. There's zombies. Who doesn't like zombies? You get all the cool guest characters, all the different actors. The effects look good. You just can't, there's not one bad thing about it. Like, yeah, it can drag on, a lot of filler, which I like. A lot of unique, distinctive, special people. I mean, it's so relatable and people can identify with it so much because it's like, that could be you. This could be real. This could be life one day. This could be the apocalypse that we might go through if it ever happened at all. It's a very similar thing when you watch The Walking Dead, or 20 days later, weeks later. It's like, yeah. But it's not over exaggerated, or you know, it's not as like scripted or staged as like a Romero movie or something. But even still, I mean, it's just, it's such a nice show. It's the living and the dead. It's good and evil at its purest form, like its highest evolution. We're not even talking monsters or aliens or vampires, cryptids, werewolves. Just zombies. There's a reason why they've grown into such a pop culture icon thing. They're the most universal, standard, general, default kind of entity that you know, yes, it's not like Satan or the devil, but it's you. But you're dead. But you're still walking around and eating people's faces off. And there's a part of it that's like, oh, thankfully that's not me, thankfully it's not real. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I do get sick of this show, like I'll defend it all day and glorify it and praise it and all these things, but it does have downsides, I realize that. There's gotta be a balance and moderation to everything. I don't mind, I definitely don't notice it in the show as much with the games, holy. Just the drama, dude, is freaking gnarly. It's just back and forth, like fighting and arguing and yelling, and I hate that. It's the one part of the franchise I don't like. Because it's just like, dude, we have a common goal now. We have a common enemy. It's not ourselves. Like, I realize in the nick of things, there's still gonna be that unfortunate complication of, you know, human interaction, but it's at the same time, like, dude, that's the last thing we need to be doing, man. Which it's not good that this show does kind of like still kind of tell you that even in a zombie apocalypse, we're still fighting. We're still. It doesn't really solve any kind of world peace problems. Because it's like, dude, it doesn't matter if it's a zombie apocalypse or an apocalypse, Mother Nature. You know, at some point, people got to get it together. And if they can't even do it in a situation like this, I don't know. I mean, it's another layer to add on, and it's a show, it's a business, it generates money, I get it. Like, these things have to be written out, and it's scripted, and the comic book stuff, and it's like, oh, let's have human enemies, and or not only that, but they're arguing amongst themselves, and the zombies, and... But the way I look at it is like, dude, here's the human race, and the outer ring is all the zombies. We're the core, fighting the zombies. Us versus them. What's the problem? I don't understand. So that part kind of, it's more of a personal thing, but still, like, it just kind of bugs me. Like, you want to see that, and that is acting, and that is dramatic, that's movies and shows in a nutshell, but it's still just like, oof. It's kind of rough to sit through, because you don't want to see these people fighting, you don't want to see that, no one wants that. And if they do, it's kind of questionable, but... And sure, there are good times. There are times where, like, oh, we're getting along, everything's fine. But it should be like that all the time. I realize it's entertainment. Okay, if this is real life, if this is like... It'd be a very different... Well, unfortunately, it wouldn't be that different, actually, but... It could be, and that's what kills me, but... Yeah. It's just a good... I don't know, there's not really much to it. You got Rick and Michonne and Glenn, Maggie, Negan. I guess Eugene, the priest guy. Everything else is whatever. The Walking Dead is just... It really... I wouldn't really say it like established the zombie universe per se, because man, zombies have been around for a while, but you really do got to give that credit to George for sure. But what The Walking Dead did was they really commercialized it. They really took the zombie thing to a new level. They industrialized it, they normalized it. And as much work as Romero did beforehand, I think... I mean, I don't know all the details, like, I don't know how far back these things go. Try not to read into that too much, but... all these zombie games we get, like Dead Island and House of the Dead and... Back 4 Blood, things like that, like, you know, The Walking Dead was I think it was such a big inspiration to so many other things, other projects, and because they established such a good structure and foundation of, you know, what a zombie apocalypse can really do, its full potential. But it's not, you don't look at it like Resident Evil or something where it's just like, alright. It's a very different story, but... And you can respect The Walking Dead so much more. As much as I love Resident Evil, it's like couldn't literally be the more opposite, exaggerated depiction of whatever it is that this is. I mean, to be fair, you almost can't even compare the two because it's like, you know, you got this Japanese version of zombies and The Walking Dead is definitely a more Western thing. But the contrast between the two is, I really like the fact that we have both of these very different, couldn't be more opposite of each other, coexisting interpretations of zombies. And to be fair, I'd probably put Romero right in the middle because it's like, it's literally borderline, like, Walking Dead is so serious and so, you know, on the nose, and then Resident Evil is just like, oh, we don't, anything goes, it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fair. You know, Shaun of the Dead and, God, dude. Some good zombie stuff out there. Automaton Transfusion. Guess World War Z was okay. I just love zombie stuff, man. I can just eat that shit up all day. It just never gets old. It just works. Some people probably get really like, oh, another zombie thing. That's not a bad thing. It's funny that the stuff gets pumped out so much, but I mean, hey, there's Zomboy. I'm just so glad zombies existed, man. I wish I would, like, was the first person who thought of one. Like, obviously their mythology is so construed throughout history. You know, all the, like, real things that zombies could be made of, or you got the bath salts thing, and people being buried in concrete or something, not being able to come back from the dead, or they may not just be dead when they get buried, they might be buried alive. There's so many different ways that zombies came to be. Maybe their heart stopped, but they're still, like, alive, you know? I don't even want to read into I can't even, like, process any of that right now, but all the different ways that zombies could be real, the Rage virus and the 28 series, and then The Last of Us with the cordyceps thing, and oh, I love it. Toxic waste. There's always, like, some ridiculous. I just love zombies, man. And the show is so good at just staying focused on what it's good at. It knows what it is. It stays in its own lane. And even past the prison part and all, like, where the series, I wouldn't say it fell off. Like, if this was on a graph, this is the first few seasons. But I think the show itself has always been at a very nice baseline. A very equalized. A show that can just, they just keep delivering. They keep giving you stuff. Like, to be fair, did Daryl really need, like, what, 3 seasons, 4 seasons? I don't know. I mean, I think they are doing the whole Marvel thing, Star Wars, or they're just, you know, just more. But I look at it like, hey, it's something to watch, dude, something to kill some time, get through the day. I'm not gonna say no to that, so just keep making more stuff, because I will watch it. and play it. But yeah. The Walking Dead. Coral?
Let's go!